A Neesmith man behind bars connected to a shooting incident in Kingstree. Williamsburg County deputies say 28-year-old Darielle McCrae is facing several charges, including attempted murder, assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, and breach of peace. Deputies say they were called to DJ's Lounge on Eastland Avenue in the Kingstree area. There they found two people suffering from gunshot wounds. Both were taken to nearby hospitals. Under further investigation, deputies say the shooting happened after an argument between McCrae and one of the victims. McCrae was booked into the Williamsburg County Jail. The investigation continues.